Hello everyone, welcome to the fourth part of Telegram bot development. I am Ishan Ryan. So in today's video, we'll be creating a bot that we will use to send um, media media files, basically like a photo or a video or a GIF, or if you want to send any document. So we will create a bot that will accept some command and we'll try to send some media files. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so we will start by creating a bot in BotFather. If you have not seen my previous video lectures, just go ahead and watch them so we'll get to know what I am doing. So this is a very normal stuff which I have been doing in almost all of my video. So I'll do it again. I'll create a new bot by saying new bot. Then you will ask the name. I'll say it media bot example. And it will ask for a username, and you should remember that it should end with a bot. So let me give it a name and media 045 underscore bot. Anything which you feel like it should be unique. Let's see if it's available. Yeah, it's available. So we got the API, right? So now what we'll do is we'll create a new folder. We'll create a new folder, and inside that, what I have done is I've already created a folder named MediaBot, and inside that, I have created a folder named Resources. RES stands for resources. And inside that, I have collected some photos, some text files, and some GIFs. Okay, so let's see how we'll use them in a project. What I will do is I will open Visual Studio Code over here. Open Visual Studio Code in this folder. Okay, so the folder has been opened. You can see that it's the same folder. So now what I will do is uh, I'll bring up my terminal and I will say npm init or I and ip init minus y to keep up all the default values. It has created the package.json file. As you can see, you can edit it if you want. So let's do one more thing this time. Okay, let's create a start script. I'll create a start script by saying start start, and you can provide how do you want to start this script. So what I wanted to do is whenever I want to run whenever I wanted to run the bot, generally what I do, I say node and then the file name, that is app.js, right? We have not created this file. I'll just rename it again like this, and then we'll create that file over here. I'll create that file, name it app.js, and it's giving me an error because I haven't it is giving me an error because I haven't provided a comma over here. Since this is a JSON object, so every element is separated by a comma. So now we have created a start script, and it will always run node app.js, okay, to start a bot. And I'll put this file in somewhere over here. Over, yes. Okay. So now you can see this is a folder structure. We have got app.js, we have got package.json, and we have got a folder named res. It contains all the media files. So let's check if our app is working or not. I will just put in a simple console.log statement saying hello world. Yeah, I'll save everything and let's run our app. Now, what we were doing is we were running it by typing the command node app.js, right? And it was giving me this. But now, since we have created the start script, now what we can do is we can run this command by saying npm start. It will also do the same thing. It will run this command, which will give us this output. So everything is working fine, right? Now let's go back and install our Telegraph API. To install the Telegraph API, we will type the command npm install Telegraph minus minus save. Let's run that. It'll take a few seconds. So now Telegraph API is installed. We can see that in package.json in the dependencies Telegraph API has been installed, right? So now what we'll do is we will remove this, and I will create a constant Telegraph variable require, and then what we want to include the Telegraph API, correct? Now what we'll do is I'll create a bot with this Telegraph object. So again, new Telegraph, and inside this we have to pass in the token. So we have already generated the token from Telegram bot. I will just copy. If you click over here, it will get copied. Okay, I'll copy it. I'll paste it over here, and then finally the bot dot launch to launch the bot. And to see that everything is working fine, we will create a simple bot dot start method. And what it will do, it will just pass in this context object, and we will just say ctx dot reply. And what we want to reply, bot has started. Okay, let's save everything up. Let's run the bot. Npm start. Now our bot is running. Let's go back to Telegram and test our bot. So here is a bot. We send the start command and it replies us bot has started. Right. So now this is a basic setup. So everything is working fine. I want to change one more thing. See, so I will tell you one more good functionality. Uh, since you know that every time we make a change in the app.js file, what we have to do is we have to close this term. We have to close the server by pressing Command C or Control C in Windows. You have to close that server and rerun that again, right? So there is a very neat utility known as nodemon. Okay, you can search for it in npm nodemon. Press enter. You can see that it is available in npm.js nodemon. So I'll tell you how this works. Let's first install it. Okay, we'll install it by saying npm install -g nodemon. I'll install it. It will take some time. We'll wait for it. As you can see, nodemon is installed, right? So how does this work is, whenever you want to run this command, what you can do, whenever you want to run your bot, what you have to say is nodemon space the file name, app.js. Okay, when you press enter, you can see starting node app.js and our app has started. So now whenever you make a change, okay, whenever you make a change, suppose I want to change this to welcome to my bot, and as soon as I hit save, okay, as soon as I hit save, you will see that it will automatically restart the application. I am pressing save now. Okay, command S or control S. See, as soon as I hit press, it's restarted the bot. So now we don't have to again and again stop the bot, then rerun the bot. We can simply use this nodemon utility. This is generally used for development purpose only. Whenever you want to deploy it, we will not deploy it with nodemon. I will show you later how you deploy a bot to AWS or some other service. Okay, so now we know our bot is working again. Let's go back to bot. Let's check everything is working fine. Okay, it's working now. So now what I wanted to do is let's create a command. Okay, let's get started with today's actual agenda for today's video. And so now what I want to do is I will create a simple command which is bot dot command, And inside this command, what I want to do is I want to send an image. Okay, and we can do that, or send a photo. Okay, and we can do that by a number of ways. I will show you all of them. So you can see over here, I have got a lot of pics over here. Um, so let's send an image of Taj, or let's send an image of Delhi. Okay, so I've created a command named Delhi, and again cdx another. So this is the arrow function, and now what we'll do is I want to send this image. Okay, so how we can do it is by using a command which is available in the Telegraph library, and it is known as send photo. So let's go back to a Telegraph API. This is a Telegraph API. Let's search for send photo. So this is the send photo command. So how do we do it is you say telegram or send photo, and this is the command. Okay, so let's do it. I have copied it. Let me paste it into Visual Studio Code by saying ctx dot, I'll paste in the command telegram dot send photo. Now the first argument is a chat ID which we'll get from the context ctx dot chat dot id. Okay. Second one is photo, and third one is an optional field. We'll explore the optional fields later, but let's just send a photo. Okay. So now how do you send a photo? So the first method is you can use whatever is available in your project. To send that, okay. So to send that, what you have to do is you have to just create an object, and inside that you have to specify the source, and the source will be the location in your directory. And now you can see that this app.js is present over here. And if you want to go to rest.js, then only you will find this Delhi image, right? So what I will say is over here, I will provide it with res slash then the name of that image, which is delhi.jpg. G. Oh, where am I writing? Sorry, just typing over here. Let me just do it again. Delhi.jpg. Okay. So now I provided the source, I provided the chat ID. Let's see if this is working or not. I'll save it again. You can see the restart has happened, and we can go back to our bot and run the command daily, and it worked. Now what I will do is we'll go back to the code, and we will include in one chat action. Okay, so what a chat action is, let's go back, let's go to the documentation and see what a chat action is. Okay, so let's go to the Telegram API, not the Telegraph, but the Telegram API. And then we will search for send chat action. See, this is a send chat action. Okay, so to send a chat action, you have to provide in a chat ID and then an action. And inside this action, you can provide multiple things. For example, if you were sending a text message, you can provide typing. If you are uploading a photo, you can put upload photo, and so on. Okay, so let's try to do it. Okay, and to use chat action, let's go back to Telegraph API and see how chat action is implemented over there. So in Telegraph API, I will search for send chat action, and you can see it is done by Telegram chat and then the action. It's very simple. So in the code, I will provide the chat action just before, just as the command is called. I will say ctx dot Then you'll say chat ID is same and action. So we know that from the API that action can be anything. So since we are sending a photo, let's select upload photo as the action. Go back, I'll paste it over here and now rerun the command. I'll save it. You can see it has restarted. Going back to Telegram, I'll rerun the command and you can see over here it's showing sending a photo. And as soon as the photo arrives, that message got automatically removed. Correct. So now this is a better user experience. User will be waiting and he knows that something is happening in the background and not like the app has crashed or something like, or the bot has crashed or something. Okay. So now let's explore more about this command, send photo command. Okay. To do that, what I will do is we have one more option, correct? Remember, we have some extra parameters. So now let's see what those extra parameters look like. I'll go back, I'll search for send photo, and over here you can see the extra parameters are these. You can add a reply markup, which we have already done in previous video. This time what I wanted to do is I want to use the reply to message ID. Okay, reply to message ID. So let's do that. Copy it and we'll create one more object and I will rename and I will set the key as reply to message ID. And now over here we have to provide the message ID of the user which is sending us this command. So the message ID is available in ctx.message.message ID. So let me just refactor the code so that it is much more readable. I'll put them in different lines so that it is easy to understand. You can see over here, okay? So this is the code right now. So we have provided the chat ID, the source, and finally the message to which we want to reply to. So now if I save this, the bot has restarted. We go back to our bot and we will say tele. This time you can see sending a photo is appeared over here. And as soon as we got the photo, we see that that action has been removed. And now you can also see that our bot has replied to our message. It has tagged us and then sent the photo. So this is the functionality which we wanted, and this reply to message does that for us. Okay, so now let's move on. Let's create another command. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to send a animation, and I have already downloaded one animation, which is this Taj GIF. Okay, so I'll just copy the same command. I'll paste it. I'll create Taj. Send chat action as uploading a photo only. Let it be like that. And this command will change it to send animation, because since this is a GIF file, we want to send an animation. We can do that by saying send animation. Now over here, it has got the same arguments. Okay, you can go to the document and see it has got same arguments. So we have provided the chat ID, we have provided the source, and we have no, we have not, we haven't provided the source, right? So let me provide the source. The source is taj.gif, taj.gif, and we'll reply to that same message. Let's save it and see how this goes. We'll go back to a bot. We'll send a new command. It should be Taj. You send, it is sending some photo to us. Let's wait for it, and it has arrived. You can see this is an animation because it is a move. It's moving. It's an animation. This is how you send an animation. Okay. So now let's move forward. Now let me show you some other ways of sending the photos. Okay, so to do that, you can see over here that we have used a source which is already present in our project. What if we want to send a URL? So to send a URL, I will just change it over here only. Okay, I'll change it over here and I will paste in a URL of Delhi. No, let's just create a new command. Okay, I'll copy it again, copy, paste, and over here, let's just change this to URL. So previously what we were doing, we were having some photo and we want to send that. Okay, but now this time what we want to do is we want to send a photo from a URL. So let's go to Google and search for image of cats, cute cats. Okay, let's copy the image address of this cat. I will copy image address. We'll go back to the code. I'll paste the URL over here. I'll paste it over here. And now let's save our code. Bot has restarted. Let's go back to our bot and send the command. Let's wait for it, and you can see this is much faster. Right? This is much faster. We got the image. Now, what we'll do is we'll try to use the third method. Okay, let me copy this again. I'll create a new command and I will name this one as Jaipur. Okay, I'll name this one as Jaipur and I will show you the third method. So the first one was sending directly from a source folder. Second one was by sending the URL. And now third one is to use a file ID. Okay, so you might be thinking what a file ID is. So whenever we upload any photo into Telegram, what it does is generate a unique, it generates a unique file ID for each and every upload. It can be a photo, it can be a video, it can be an audio. Everyone will have a unique file ID. Okay, so now where to get the file ID? So for that, what I will do is we'll create a new command by saying bot.on, and inside that we will pass a update type photo, and for this I'll pass in context object, and then over here we will log in this context object. So we'll say console.log and then ctx. Okay, so what it will do is whenever our bot receives a photo, it will just log this context object. So let's see what comes up. We'll go back, we'll try to upload a photo. I'll send, we'll upload a photo, we'll send Jaipur, open, and then we'll send it. And now if we back to our console, we'll get a log. So this is the context object. It contains a lot of information which we are not bothered about. So we'll see what all is coming, and over here you can see that inside photo we are getting something known as file ID, and this is what we wanted. Okay, so this file ID will always be unique for each bot and for each image. Okay, so we can see we have got this image ID for three different sizes of our photo. So let's take the best one, which is like the highest width and highest height one. I'll just copy this, and now if we will send this particular file ID, I'll paste it over here. Now we are sending this file ID. Okay, so now when someone sends us Jaipur, they will get this particular image. So let's see how this works. Let's save it. Let's see if our nodemon is running. Yeah, nodemon is running. It restarted. Let's go back to our bot. We'll say Jaipur, press enter, sending an image, and it's sending. Okay, So this is the fastest method. So if you want to make a bot where you want to send some photos, images, or something, photos, videos, or audios, the best way is to send it via the file ID. What you have to do, you first have to upload it to Telegram, and then you will get a unique file ID and you will paste it over here. Second best is using a URL, and third best is by using this sources in your project. Okay, so these are the three methods which you can use. Now I'll comment this thing out so that we don't get the context object getting printed every time we are sending a photo. So this is how we do it. Okay, so now moving forward, what we'll do is we'll try to send a set of media to a bot basically. So let's do that. Let's create a new command. What I'll do is I'll just copy this again. I don't want to keep on writing same thing. I'll cities, create a cities command, and over here I'll set up send uploading photo, and then over here, okay, we'll use a new command. So this new command is known as send media group. Okay, send media group. So let's see what send media group requires. We'll go back to Telegraph API, like it is. We search for send media group. Yeah, this is it. So send media group, it will accept same chat ID, media, and then some extra parameters. Extra parameter, we can pass the same message reply ID. Okay. In the you can see in media, it is an array of it is a basically it is an array of media objects. Okay. So how do we do that? Let's see. We'll go back to a code, and inside this, first we'll pass in the chat ID. Then we have to pass an media array of media objects. Okay. So how do we do that? I will create an array, and inside this we will pass in objects, multiple objects. Okay. So let's pass three objects. And inside each object, what you have to do is you have to first specify the type. So the type is you want to send a photo. Okay. And second object is the media. It is again an object, and over here you have to provide the source. Okay. And this source is present, like whatever source you want to provide. So over here you can provide a file ID, or you can provide a URL, or you can provide the resources which are already available in your resource directory. So let's put in some of them. Resource slash agra.jpg. Okay, let's create same for others as well. I'll copy it, I'll paste it few more times, and inside the second one is, let's say, Delhi. Third one is Hyderabad. Fourth one is Jaipur, and the last one is Mumbai. Okay, so this is the array. This is the array of objects which you wanted to send. And after that, if you want to uh, set that reply, you can do that with the extra parameter that I'm not doing that. I'm just showing like how to do this thing, how to send multiple objects. Okay, let me just save it, and I'll go back to our bot, and we'll run a command slash cities, press enter, and let's wait for them. It might take some time. and you can see all the images have arrived. As you can see, it took a lot of time, right? Because all these were source files, and you can see if you click on it, each and individual image you can see like this. So this is a media group. Okay, and this media group can contain different type of files also. For example, over here you can send a video, where you can send an audio. All this will be sent in a single group. This is how you send a media group. And now for a last command, last type of data, what I will do is I'll create another command, bot dot command, sorry, command, and over here I will create a new command. I will name it Hyderabad. Okay, same thing, ctx. And now what I wanted to do is I want to send the location of Hyderabad. Okay, so to do that, we have a function, we have a command named send location. Let's go back to the documentation. We'll search for, sorry, we'll search for send location, and this is the send location. So you can see that over here you have to provide multiple things. Let's just copy it and we will work with it. I'll go back to our code. I'll say ctx dot chat id is ctx dot chat dot id latitude and longitude. Okay, so we have to provide these, and then the extra parameter. So let's just remove the extra parameter and let's find the latitude and longitude of Hyderabad. Okay, let's go back to Google. Let's Google search lat long for of Hyderabad. Press enter. We can see found it. Just copy it, paste it over here, copy this one, paste it over here, and that's it. So I'll just save it. I'll go back to our bot. I'll say Hyderabad and press enter. And you will see it has sent me something, right? And this is the location of Hyderabad. Let me just open it. And indeed, this is Hyderabad. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you learned something new. And if you like this series, please hit the like button. If you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe our YouTube channel. We'll posting many more videos like this in future. And do press the bell icon for the notification. And please share it with your friends or family, whoever loves to code. Please share with them also. Okay. See you in the next video. Bye.